Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is a game 1 the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-email match against Deaniks. He is the Japanese player, and for me the the light side. And the Japanese army is moving north, closing on from the south side of Manila, but still not trying to attempt a battle for Manila or Clarkfield directly. These are my submarines trying to blockade the retreat of this Japanese invasion fleet I was able to defeat before. And more not hitting torpedoes. And there was the next mine hit somewhere on the map. But it was a Japanese ship again. Here is now the opportunity for me to damage an enemy fleet carrier. 7 torpedoes. No hit. Pity. And here now it's two sounds at the same time. It sounds like a Japanese submarine is going down at the same time. And on top I get a torpedo hit on the enemy destroyer. So I missed the carrier but hit the destroyer. Yeah, okay. But no sinking sound for the destroyer so far. It was only a Mark 10S boat torpedo, so it's maybe not enough to cripple or sink the destroyer outright. And still no sinking sound. If the Japanese taking no Maya this turn, then the destroyer can maybe reach the safety of the port. Good, the carrier fleet is going north, expected, but not full speed. Means that my own cruiser and carrier fleet at Port Moresby can retreat without really being in danger. So I also stand down my air fleet at Manila. I don't have enough aircraft to really battle the Japanese. I must now hope that there's no airstrike coming. In 2 days, maybe I can restart my cap operations there. Here in China, daily bombardment. Every day the same. Hundreds of Chinese are dying. Thousands are coming to join the ranks. So my Catalina is trying to attack Kabul, but here some enemy fighters on patrol, of course. But I took the risk to maybe score a lucky hit to, in the last moment, sink this enemy cargo ship convoy full of troops. But these zeros are simply blocking my approach. So, no chance. I have to return to base. But no direct kill for my Catalina, so Catalinas are somehow tough. And still no sinking sound. So, very unlikely that the destroyer is now still going down. More sweeps. Next attempt from the Japanese torpedo bomber wings to sink here my cargo ships. And no massive explosion, double hit. That is the end of one of my cargo ships. And yeah, go down directly. Now the Mavis. And they also score a hit. But only on fire. And the Jakes in Low level attack, hitting, strafing, more fire. Afternoon, same attempt. Coming low with Catalinas, trying to bypass the enemy cap. But the zeros are too fast. And no. Still somehow in the background there's some ship burning and people are dying. And oof. Next hit on my cargo ship. And 250 kilo bomb is really simply a little much for a small cargo ship. Yeah, ship is going down. But don't worry, I have dozens more to try and die. Good, bombardment here east of Changsha. That is my block force to keep the Japanese busy, and they can do this all year long. So if they really want. So, but here's the next attempt from the Japanese to storm the city, and I try to leave, but I'm maybe not fast enough. I can hold the city. I have fort level 3. And I can also inflict casualties on the Japanese side, 1-to-1 ratio. That is fine, but I'm really losing the fort level. So once more or twice more and it's over. At the same time, the Japanese assault division is attacking and taking Nomaya. No surprise here. And the French are defeated. No. I can only reinforce Pago, or Fiji, but not Nomaya at the same time. And Nomaya is normally always the number 1 goal for the Japanese, so I try to avoid this. This is my attempt to attack. And you can see that the Chinese are more or less not able to overcome the Japanese. The Japanese are also retreating, but yeah, it's stalemate. Good. We saw some action, that was fine. See you soon. So let's check the turn. Air losses was light. Japan lost some Val dive bombers for Navy search and maybe 1-0 to defend against my Catalinas. And I had 3 lost Catalina airframes with 1 killed on the way back to port or base. But all the pilots survived. So, of course, Allies have a issue more with airframes numbers and less with pilots. But early on, the Allied pilots are also all not well trained. So I would say at least the first 3 months I care more about pilots. And once it's summer 42, maybe the Allies care more about airframe numbers. Good. Anything else about... Yeah, maybe ship sunk. I lost some light cargo ship. There is this report of the mine hit from yesterday. Went down. And the destroyer. But the destroyer, there was a torpedo hit, but no sinking sound. It would be nice to get rid of this destroyer, but unlikely. But if I remember, there was really a mine hit and a sinking sound. So, Merrick again, a mine hit. On fire and heavy damage. That is more or less a very clear indication for lost submarine. And here is a hit on the destroyer. Heavy damage and on fire, but no sinking sound. Good. At least my mines are working. That is good. So nothing really for Pearl Harbor. My carrier is already here, if I remember. Yeah. So Saratoga is here. The second Lexington class carrier of the American. But I use them and wait here for the upgrade, and at the same time I try to train here my airframes to be carrier ready, not only carrier capable. This will need 3 months, but I can train pilots, I can train the crew, so I can use the time to be ready for the moment I strike back. Nothing really around the map here to talk about. I really don't use Tahiti, it's really too far off. Tahiti is only the backup solution if Pago Pago passage is not safe, but I can send everything directly to Pago Pago from Los Angeles and from Pago Pago to Sydney. And my forward base is at Baker Island, Canton Island, and will hopefully warn me in time if there is some enemy cruiser formation coming to pick me up. So my submarines cannot locate more the enemy presence. I saw the carriers are here. I hit only a destroyer but missed the carrier. And I know I have detection here and detection here, so I use this kind of ships to get a early warning. You can see the dive bombers are throwing 60 kilogram bombs on me. So time to return to port. And these are destroyers. They was low on fuel, so I sent in the other direction. I don't know exactly why and where. But they are under detection, so there must be an enemy airstrike or carrier group nearby. So the problem is I cannot full speed them back to Rockhampton. I could do this, but I would be, I think, 1 or 2 hexes short of fuel. Not sure if I do this or if I try to go with normal speed. Naja, we will see. That is maybe a potential action point. Here's enemy cargo. These are tankers. Could be cruisers, could be everything. But I can see them. I also see that the enemy task forces are arriving at Rabaul. Now they are out of range. I cannot go to the hex. This is too risky. An enemy air presence is here, so for some reason my formation was not able to act and intercept them. I gave them normally the option to attack. But now it's too risky to stay here much longer. The enemy carrier fleet is coming and I must try to leave now. My carriers itself is already, Charlotte is on the way back, low on fuel. At the same time I try to repair and make ready of Lexington. All is fine, aircraft are building up. Problem is of course here again, pilots' skills are just acceptable. But I try to create air wings have the ability to fight with zeros and do something. So big Wildcat wing and Hell divers are short range, but at least it can carry 1,000 pound bombs. You can see this here. So 1,000 pounds on 5 hexes is, I think, acceptable. Nothing compared to Japanese 7 or 8 range strike aircraft. Good. Submarines around Japan, nothing too special. I have a lot of submarines here around Formosa. For some reason I can never intercept any shipment, not so sure why. If I play the Japanese, they have very strong, busy shipping between Formosa, Philippines, Hong Kong and all of this, but Deaniks maybe played a different way. I try to block here the highways and the rail, of course, to at least slow down the Japanese movement. We have this battle here in the center. I try to win against the Japanese, but now my units are really burned out and I have too high disruption. Make no sense more to attack. And at the same time I try to leave the hex cell before I lose the battle. But yeah, it's you can see I only finished 25 or 46 miles, so Not so sure. If the Japanese don't give me 2-3 days rest, could be a potential defeat. Singapore looks fine. Only sweep over Manila so I can rebuild my air fleet. One more day, and I think most of my airframes are fine. Let's hope for this. Singapore no action and Burma no action. My cargo task force is still loading up. So the next cargo shipment is coming in latest in a week. I can arrive at Rangoon and unload even more supplies. I have just barely enough supplies, but most of the supplies from Burma are still going China. But China is always asking for more. It's of course nearly impossible to feed China with only one port. Good, then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.